Hey all, Pi here, and we are back in How Stories Die. And I left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger last episode, because we were already kind of running overtime for that. Even after the editing, it was kind of a long episode, as I'm sure all of you have noticed. So let's just get back into it and see where this goes, because it's getting interesting for sure. This is the biggest decision I ever made, and probably ever will. But I am not shaking. I am not faltering. I already know what choice I'm going to make. I've known the answer for quite a long time, but now it's the time to say it out loud. So, Idgerite, maybe? The Demon Queen will, abuse and enslave the entire human race for a little bit until she gets it out of her system, and then, eventually get over it, hopefully. But Haruka's gonna destroy everything and everyone. I cannot see a future with Haruka. Or rather, a future with Haruka would be devoid of life. So, for self-preservation purposes, I will follow you, Idgerite. Choosing you will make me a traitor, right, Idgerite? Yes, that means you shall betray your species. But maybe it won't. Maybe my loyalty shouldn't be to one race or another. Spending my time here, I realize that demons aren't so much different than the humans. Their emotions and thoughts are just as complex as ours. If all of us are basically the same, isn't it stupid to be loyal to just one side? My loyalty should be for the entire world, and especially myself. Haruka, I cannot let you roam free in this world. And I'm willing to betray Altaria for that. I don't have a problem for part of the population to suffer temporarily if it means exterminating an eternal source of evil. Besides, I should go with my heart. My heart says Idgerite. You traitorous bastard! Idgerite, let me say this properly. I love you. It wasn't love from first sight, but after everything we went through, I feel like we are destined to be together. Nothing makes me happier than hearing that, Horace. This is a dream coming to life. I agree. We are definitely destined to be. Let's build a better world together. The sound of the air being sliced barely reached my ears before Haruka flashed before me. The dagger in her hand was aimed towards my neck. Oh yeah! I imagine she's a little bit, grumpy about us choosing the alter ego that doesn't want to destroy the world. I looked to death in the eye. Will it be fast? Haruka stabbed my neck in full force. But instead of penetrating it and killing me, it got squashed and became a mishmash of steel. It was like my neck became hard as diamond. That was my favorite dagger. I won't say it surprises me that the Demon Queen knows how to use magic. Count 56,793. What are you even counting? The total number of lives I saved by stopping you. I was prepared for that, Haruka. I know how your mind works. Horace, you are my ally. I never abandon my allies. Speaking of allies, the entire might of the army of hell is at your disposal as well. You can come out now. Haruka snapped her fingers. Yes, Lady Idgerite. At least 20 demons jumped out from the sky. Weird. I swear that when I looked at the sky earlier, there wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Now there's a giant balloon 10 meters above us.
Hot air balloons were invented 1,020 years ago by you, Haruka. I just added a touch of invisibility with a bit of magic.
You are coming with us, lady.
Do not attempt to catch her alive. She is immortal anyway.
Do not attempt to catch her alive. She is immortal anyway. What? I guess she's just trying to say, you know, don't be gentle. She can take a beating. Which is fair. Rah!
You know your goons will never catch me.
About 15 guards charged at Haruka from all directions.
You there. Make sure Horace is safe.
Yes, our queen! 2 demons protected me with their body while escorting me to Idurite's side.
This is not the end.
Haruka masterfully evaded the blows of 15 guards simultaneously and even managed to give a few strikes of her own. Gah!
A warning to you, Horace. Sleep with one eye open.
Haruka jumped back to the dusty hole in which we came from. About half of the guards followed her. Phew, I thought I was totally going to die there. If it wasn't for Idurite. Idurite suddenly hugged me, her tiny arms grasped at the back of my shirt. While rubbing her cheek against my chest, she whispered to me,
I'm so glad you are safe. Honestly, I was very afraid something will go wrong. Either that you won't see the truth, and will side with Haruka, or even worse, that I won't react in time, and she would be able to kill you. But being able to hug you right now, feel the warmth of your body, it relieves me so much. It fills my heart with happiness.
At the start, I was a bit afraid from entering this new world. But I've seen that the demons are not that different from the humans. They have ambitions, emotions, preferences, personalities. And seeing you right here with me makes me believe I can find happiness in this new world too. I stroked Idurite's hair. Did something happen?
Sorry. The way that you pat my head, the pattern on the surface of your hand, everything is just like him. Anyway, let's go to my palace. We have a lot to talk about.
What about Haruka?
Don't worry about her. She went in to blow up some explosives she hid in the base.
That sounds very worrisome. I'm with Horace on this one.
The thing is that I destroyed the explosives right before I switched with Haruka this morning. Besides, I've sent after her 10 elite children of mine. There is nothing to fear. That must be refreshing to have someone do the dirty work for you, in the order you had to do everything yourself.
You forgot that I am a prince too. Although I am the prince of a kingdom on a deathbed. I felt a pinch in my heart.
Let's go through the stairs. I don't like dusty spaces.
Fair enough. I held Idurite's hand, and we went down the stairs with 10 guards escorting us. We got down fairly quickly, considering the fact that Idurite clung to me in every chance she had. Even in the carriage, she insisted on resting on my shoulder. Not that I'm complaining, it's just weird when suddenly someone shows a lot of affection towards me.
So, what do you think of my carriage?
I can't really see anything.
Of course you don't. I specifically brought this carriage for today. I know just how tired you are. You barely got any proper sleep on that hard and cold ground, right? I want to spend as much time as I can with you, But your health is much more important. My eyes begun closing, and a bit by bit, the strange aroma in the carriage, and the gentle warmth. You might be right. I really am tired. I didn't even manage to complete my sentence, and I already fell asleep.
Oh no. It's not over. I thought that was going to be the end for a minute. I'm like, ah, shit. Alright. There's more. Alright, let's do this.
Mr. Livnot, you have to listen to me. Your condition has worsened over the years.
I am not sick. I feel perfectly fine. In fact, I feel great. I haven't felt so good for a long time. You have all the symptoms of schizophrenia. Let me help you. I don't need any help. I am the chosen one. Only I can hear the characters speak to me. Oh, buddy. Only I can create the perfect story. That's why I can talk with them. Hearing voices is a dead giveaway for schizophrenia. Again, let me help you. Fun fact, actually, it is not that easy to get a schizophrenia diagnosis. Like, they start off with, let me recall back to when I was still in psychology. It's, non-specific psychosis. And then they'll generally only, diagnose you as schizophrenic if it's, hearing voices over a prolonged period of time that are egging you on towards dangerous things. So, like, if you, say, heard voices in your head that were telling you to harm yourself, then, yeah, you'd probably speed up that process and get that schizophrenia diagnosis, but usually, most of the time, it starts with non-specific psychosis. The more you know. Also, disclaimer, I am not a doctor. Don't take anything I say as doctor's advice. Just throw that on there. You know nothing, psychiatrist. You never talked with them. Characters are real, and I can communicate with them. Hallucinations. Another symptom of schizophrenia. Characters are not real. They're just in your head. That's the first time you were right, psychiatrist. Oh no. Please call me Daniel. Characters really are in our heads, but they have a will of their own. They use our brain's power as their life energy. How can I convince you that you are sick? This is such a waste of time. I want to get out of here. Just shut up and let me do what I want to do. It's your job to make me happy, right? So just leave me be and I will be very happy. No, it is not a psychiatrist's job to make you happy. Not at all. Their job is to ensure that you are not a danger to yourself and others, and to help you manage any mental disturbances you might have. Typically through the use of medication if you're talking to a psychiatrist. Therapists are more of the non-medicated side of the treatment. Now that I uncovered the truth, there's no one happier than me. I am the happiest man alive! But there is no truth. This is just a lie your disease is telling you. What do you even know? Do you even meet the characters yourselves? No! Then shut up! Damn, Leecher. You are taking from me 360 NIS? What currency is that? If anyone knows what currency that is, please let me know, because I've never seen it before. Or around $100. If you're telling me that I'm lying to myself, why do you even need a degree for that kind of baboon job? Not gonna lie, it's a little cheap for a psychiatrist.
They're expensive.
Soon I will read my perfect story, and you will realize that you are wrong. If you want to erase my connection with the characters, then you are the disease itself. You are the disease, and I am the cure. I stormed out of his office. Mr. Livenot, wait! Now that this waste of time is finally over, I can start doing the important stuff. How do I become a character myself? Well, it's not possible to transform my physical body into some undefined deity inside my brain. But you can create one by yourself. The brain is like a computer, right? So just install a virus, a rogue program that lives inside the brain. Like you, right? That means installing the virus to the brain of every human that reads my book. Not only I have no idea how to install a virus into the brain, I have to do that to billions of people. Sounds hard, but nothing is impossible for me. Nothing will stop me from creating the perfect story. Now that... Think, Ite, think. Villain origin story? Harder! Ite, think harder! May I give you another advice? I suppose I won't mind hearing it. Tell me, Ite, have you ever heard about hypnosis? Things are getting sketchy over here. Clearly, it's not over yet. There is definitely more to the story. Otherwise, we wouldn't still be getting bits and pieces of Ite's story. I wonder. When I woke up, my head was on Idgerite's lap. It felt even better than my pillows back at the castle.
Oh, are you awake? We still have an hour or so to get there. You should sleep more. It has only been 15 minutes.
But I want to be with you. I pouted.
You have no idea how happy I am right now. Unfortunately, the ride to the castle only takes 2 hours. Not enough time to dream. Go on, you can continue to sleep.
Not gonna happen. I stroked Idgerite's cheek. Very forward, aren't we? Sleeping when I have some private time with my beloved should be a crime. No. Sleeping? Like, literally being unconscious in the same space as your SO is a very comfortable thing, and it is okay. You are allowed to be asleep next to your SO. That is not a crime. In fact, some might even say that it is a good use of your time together to just enjoy that peace. I'm shooting down falsehoods today.
Then I pardon you with my authority. You need to sleep. Your health is...
A huge explosion was heard in the distance. It was so big that it caused the wagon to shake a bit.
Talaji, what happened?
My queen, judging by the direction where the explosion came from, I would say the building you left 15 minutes ago has exploded. Idgerite's body froze in its place. What? But I thought the explosives were destroyed.
No. My children. No! How could this happen?
I could feel the horror in her eyes, like a person who discovered that his family was in danger.
Talachi, please go back. I need to rescue my children.
I'm sorry, my queen. I have to bring you to safety. She was in much more dangerous situations than that. Please turn back and let her help. I cannot do that. I mustn't risk the queen, even if she wills it. The rescue forces are probably on their way, and will arrive shortly. I hugged Idgerite in an attempt to cheer her up. Don't be depressed. I'm sure we will catch her very soon. Maybe a promise for revenge will raise her spirits. Blah, 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 blah. She will pay for killing them, I swear.
Sorry. It happens to me sometimes. I thought that after 40,000 years, I'll get used to that. But when someone kills my children, I always have a mini panic attack and become depressed.
I mean, I think that's a normal response to losing family. Especially since at least a few of the people that would have been caught in that blast would be people that she's met personally. The carriage went down the streets. I looked through the window and saw the everyday lives of the demons. A few merchants out there, demons shopping, others carrying heavy stuff from place to place. Are all of them your children?
Yes, every single one. All of us are one big family. I love my children very much. They are very precious to me. I will do anything for them. Anything.
I will protect your children too. Not because they are your children, but because they are living beings. I am on the side of life. I want to protect anyone who wants to live. Especially you, Idrite. By the way, you always say my children, but who is the father?
You.
Lady? I know that we just had a moment and we were technically, quote-unquote, sleeping together for about 15 minutes now, but that's not how babies work. What?
Well, it's not exactly you. It's just someone who looks and behaves exactly like you. You two are so alike, it's a bit scary. I sense that you don't like it when I talk about him. If you want, I would refrain from mentioning him.
So personally, I'm of the belief that in a healthy relationship, you should be comfortable enough with your partner to let them talk about people who used to be as important to them as you are now. Taking out of the equation that, you know, it's their ex, somebody that they dated. It's also someone who at one point in time was important to them, someone that they cared a lot about. And usually when breakups happen, there's a reason for it. And especially when the reason is, well, that person is no longer among the living. That's especially traumatic for the surviving partner. So, like, giving them the opportunity to just kind of say, to sort of loop through all the things that they loved about that relationship and the what that person meant to them. That is healthy for the surviving partner to just talk about that person. I don't know. I feel like I'm over-justifying this. No, I'm fine with that. That doesn't really matter as long as you love me. It just shows that you like my personality and appearance, right? So I am just your type.
You are exactly my type, Horace.
That's also another way to look at it, I guess. Like saying, hey, you remind me of this other person that I had a really good relationship with and I wish was still around. It's not the worst thing. Because obviously the other person is no longer a threat. For reasons. The carriage stopped. I curiously looked out of the window and saw a huge black castle.
Do you like it? It's a little smaller than your palace back in Alteria. But I am sure it's better than sleeping inside a closet filled with sharp weapons and explosives.
Yeah, I'm lucky that you weren't with me inside the closet. Because if you were, the explosives would have blown up. Get it? Because you're hot and, you know, the explosives explode when... Stop!
Let's get out of the carriage.
Just ignores. You tried so hard. I've got to work on those. This place looks like a final boss's castle in some manga. I mean... ish?
Manga?
A fancy word for comics. Ish?
Comics?
Books with drawings. Drawings? Okay, now you have to be joking.
Actually, I read some of that manga stuff. There were some really good ones. Some I may even call masterpieces.
Yes, to anyone who is of the belief that any medium is less than any other or less capable than any other of telling really compelling stories and being a quote-unquote masterpiece, stop. Quit that. Because, honestly, every medium has the potential to be amazing. It is not about the medium, it is about the artist who is creating the work. I will get off my soapbox now, thank you. Really? What's your favorite one?
Lab live.
I wonder what that is. Marry me. Horace! Slow down!
Eh?
Appropriate response. I wonder what that was going to be. I don't recognize it. Just from that little bit. If you know, or if it sounds like a manga that you're familiar with, let me know down in the comments. I'm asking for a lot today, but like, help me out here. There's a lot of things I don't know.
And here is the throne room. That's where I roll from during the night. But in case it's during the day...
Ugh, you took another bad investment? Maybe you shouldn't be so greedy. Ugh, now the state needs to pay all your bank expenses. I'm really sorry, that won't happen again. It looked like an opportunity with a very high yield, yet low risk. I just told you last month not to bet on the money of the people. Sorry, I told you it won't happen again. That's what you told me last month. This time I promise. Tch, you trash. Fine, this time the state will cover the expense.
Hold it.
Huh? It's... Wait, before I get excited, what's your favorite vegetable?
Carrot.
Ah, it's really you, my queen. And seeing you during the day must mean...
Hang on, before the celebration there is something we need to say.
Rock. Eh?
The state won't cover the expenses.
Why?
Wasago, I told you not to bail out a failing company.
But the Keishin Bank is an integral part of our economy. They control 13% of the bank...
Wasago, please recite the financial motto of our country.
Everyone has the right to succeed or fail in exchange for responsibility over their actions. But I told you, Keishin Bank...
Then we will find someone else to buy the Keishin Bank. I've got a few children who might be interested. As for you, Rock, go away. Know that we only give this special treatment for you just because of your size. We shall arrange a meeting later to discuss our options.
Yes. But, if I may ask, who are you? How do you know my name?
Your new queen and your mother. A mother ought to know the names of her children.
Wait, you don't mean... You are the founder? The Great Mother? I thought she...
I returned. I had a long slumber, but I am here.
Is this real? Yes, now go away, scum. I've got to tell my friends, anyone. Mother returned. Our kingdom will thrive more than ever before. Thanks, my queen. I personally thought he deserved a punishment.
I wish we could give him one, but even if he lost the money of my children, he didn't do anything illegal. After all, it was all in the contract.
Really? Sounds like a pretty weird policy. Right? Like, what bank is allowed to gamble? Well, actually, no. Thinking about it, that is entirely the financial institution America operates off of, so I'm gonna shut my mouth now. And I've actually run overtime, so even though that's kind of an awkward place to cut it, that's where I'm gonna cut it. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you would like to support me financially, please consider checking out my Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to all of my regular videos, and for everyone else, just thank you for sticking around, and I will see you again in the next one.